Hi guys, it's Amanda with Abby Realty here, and it is Coffee Thursday, and I'm with my great friend Tim ONeil with State Farm Insurance. So we're coming up to the 1-year anniversary of Hurricane Harvey here in the Houston area. So I thought I'd kind of meet with Tim so he could talk to us about the importance of flood insurance, how you can get it, why you should have it. I mean, not only just because we live in Houston, so everyone should always carry flood insurance, whether you're in the floodplain or not, is what we always recommend. Definitely talk to your insurance reps and lenders about that. So, but Tim, you want to explain a little bit more about insurance, flood insurance for us, and the importance and the difference between your regular homeowners?
Yeah, well, there's always a catch, and the catch with flood insurance, particularly now if someone who's been thinking about it but hasn't done it yet, it's the dreaded 30-day waiting period before your coverage takes effect. That waiting period is waived at closing, so if you're buying a house and you have it financed, then your flood insurance can go into effect immediately then and there. But if you're a cash buyer, or if you're just buying it now after the fact and you're not at closing, there's a 30-day waiting period, and there's no flexibility on it. And unfortunately, a lot of people a year ago during Harvey maybe had purchased their flood insurance 20 or 26 days before the flood, and the coverage is simply not in effect until that 30th day of the waiting period. And so anyone who's thinking about it now, here we are, August 8th or August 9th, whatever it is. And yeah, so even if you buy it today, it's not going to be in effect until this time in September. But that happens to be the most dangerous time for here in the Northern Gulf is the September, October, and all the way into November. So there's plenty of hurricane season left. And so if you're thinking about it, don't continue to wait, because the clock is ticking, and we can do it today. I can sell you flood insurance right this minute, but it's going to have a 30-day waiting period. So don't let that discourage you. Hopefully that's a motivator and not a discourager.
Right. So with Tim being with State Farm, he does do all types of different insurance as well. So not just flood insurance. Just kind of feel that's one of those important ones that people never know what they should and shouldn't do. So can you tell me what would be an average cost for someone with flood insurance?
Well, if it's not going to be required, and obviously people know very early on that they're buying a home in a special flood hazard area and it's going to be required, that can cost any amount of money. But for most people where it's not required, they qualify for preferred rates, and it's something $450 a year.
Right.
So it's not a ton of money. But those properties that aren't in the special hazard area do flood, have flooded, and will continue to flood. So when someone tells you the flood insurance is not mandatory, you can't understand from that my house will never flood, because It can, and it will, and it has. And so the good news is it's only $450 a year to get a flood insurance policy in an area where it's not required. But then if it is a particular hazard area, then it can be anywhere from thousands of dollars to just too much. Then you have to figure that out when the time comes. But
right, and those one of those things that as your realtor we can help you get those information as how much an average cost of what it's going to be, because we have great partners like Tim. So any questions you have about any type of insurance, if you have more questions about flood insurance, comment below. You can get in touch with either me or Tim. Tim's going to be tagged here. He's always open to answer any questions you have. He's a great resource and a great friend. So thanks, Tim, and everyone have a great day, and see y'all next week.
Bye.